Hi and welcome to the Resorts Interactive Digital Signage Display product. I'll just give you a quick run through of the application and what you can do and what to expect. So when you first load up the application, you'll see it's got this floating browser here. It's your file browser open, and you can drag this around the stage. We've got a couple of mock-ups made already, Day Lodge and Ticket Office, but yours will come blank and you'll click on the text here saying screens, where you can add new screens. You just click on new screen, give it a title. Now if we select one of these, let's say Ticket Office, you'll see there's numbers 1 through to 10 and checkboxes. This means that with each digital signage display, say that the LCD screen that's in the Ticket Office has got 10 slides that it can scroll through, and the checkboxes mean that you check which slides are going to be active at the moment. So for example, I've selected 1 to 3. We'll scroll between those 3 slides, and you can check and uncheck as many of these as you want to determine what's going to be displayed on that monitor. So we'll just check 1 at the moment, and highlight number 1 means we're going to be working on slide 1 on this display, and then hit save to save our slide selection. There's another save button down the bottom right hand corner here, and this actually saves the slide that you're working on. So the artwork and design that you're doing, it will save that slide itself. So now we've got number 1 highlighted. I'll just close that browser, and we'll, using these tools on the right hand side, develop a display. So I'll just click on this photo icon here. Opens up your photo browser. You can drag around the stage and scroll through to a playlist, photos, and just drag any one of these images onto the stage. And now I can close down this browser. So we've got an image we can drag around the stage. We want to put some text on here as well. So I'll drag this T for text onto the stage, and now we've got a text box and an image. When you mouse over something, it becomes active, and you'll notice in this corner here a bounding box that you can drag, and it will resize the image that you've got. For example, with a photo, it will always constrain the proportions, so you won't be able to distort something. Now with the text, you can do the same thing. Drag the corner to make the text box larger. And we can right click on this text, choose to edit the text, and I'll just type in current conditions, spell it right, and if you click anywhere out of the text box, it will unselect it. So now we can right click on this text, choose edit font options, and I'll just make this larger. I'll make it 36, hit the X button over here. I'll change my bounding box a little bit so the text aligns the way I want it to do. Now one thing you'll notice, when you mouse over something like the image here, it makes it active and brings it to the front. So now this image is sitting over the text. If I mouse over the text, it makes it active. So that can be cause some problems. For example, if I move the image over the text here, I now can't get to it. So what I need to do is right click on the photo icon and choose lock, so it will lock all of the images on the stage. So now I can't do anything with this image, but I need to bring that text to the front. So I'll right click on this T icon and select bring to front. Now that text is in the front, and I can work on it without having effect with the image behind. So what I'll actually do is I will right click on this text again, on the image, and unlock it, and now I'm going to make this image fill the whole stage area just by placing it in the left hand corner and dragging this right hand corner down to the bottom side here. So now that's filled the stage, and I want to make this a background image actually, so I don't need to keep on locking and unlocking the image layer. So I'll right click on the image and set as background. So now that's a background image, and I can't do anything with it other than removing it by right clicking and selecting remove image. Anyway, I'll Drag this text to the corner here. I might change the color of that to white, so I'll right click, edit font options, and select white as a hex color. And what I can do now is actually put on some dynamic text. So I'll drag another text box item on here, and if I right click inside the area, edit text, and I'll delete that text, but now I want to put in a dynamic tag. So I'll right click again there and insert data tag. This opens up your data tag chooser. Now all of these items in here are available from your snow report, from the XML feed, and it can all be dynamic and automatically update your digital signage display. So we'll scroll through down here to an area, and you can be upper mountain, lower mountain, whatever you have in your feed. We're going to select the temperature. So now we've got a data tag here for the temperature of your resort. So I'll just make this a little bit larger. I'll right click on here, edit font, and I'll give this a nice large size, 60 points. Click on the X area to close the manager down, make this a little bit larger, and drop it right here. So now I'll hit save in the bottom right hand corner here. Now I've already got this display embedded on a web page already, but how you would do it is grab the code for this, and by clicking the grab button it copies a piece of code down here, and that's saved to your clipboard, and you can go and embed that on your web page. So when you see the live web page, you will have this digital signage display embedded into it, and then any changes you make to either your snow report will automatically update the flash animation, or when you log into the content management system here and make changes, it will change your web page as well. So we'll just have a look at a web page here. So now this is just loading that digital signage element we just made, and you'll see its current conditions and taking a live data feed of 10 degrees. You'll notice minus 10, you'll notice that flash for a second there. So what's actually happening is it's because we've only selected slide 1 to display, it's refreshing that because of the setting that we've got in the application. So I'll just go back here and we'll have a look down the bottom here, and you'll see that it says keep this slide on for 6 seconds. So that was the flashing we saw on that previous page. If I click on a file browser here, select Ticket Office again, we've only got number 1 selected. We want to work on number 2, is making the slide number 2 as well. So we'll select it as active, highlight it so we can start working on it. Now by selecting save, it's just saving the selection of what's going to be displayed on the Ticket Office screen, which is slide 1 and slide 2. Any changes we make to this blank area, we need to hit the save in the bottom right hand corner for the slide itself, just so you remember that. Okay, so I'll close this browser here. You'll notice that this is also just on the screen for 6 seconds, this slide. And I'll just drag a piece of text onto the middle of the stage here and hit save. Now if we go back to our web page, we'll just refresh this. You'll see that it will keep this current slide for 6 seconds, and then it will go to the next slide, which was all white except for a bit of text in the middle, and it will stay there for 6 seconds as well. Full screen on the bottom here will fill the screen of your monitor. So this is how it looks at small screen resolution on a web page. So just go back to your display now. So that's basically how you create and design slides for your digital signage. We go back to number 1 here, and I'll close down this browser. A couple of other things you can do. The group move tool, this one here, if we click on this, turns red, and you've got a red cross here, and you drag this box over your items, it highlights them in a red color, and you can group move stuff. So you can group move text and images and stuff like that. and click off here to unselect, and then turn off the group move item. The magnet you see down here as well is, if we right click on this, we get to have some options such as creating guides. So I want to put a vertical guide on here, and I'll drag this over to the corner. Now what I want to do is I'll click on this magnet, which turns the magnet on, which basically turns on snapping. So if I drag this current conditions text box, it will snap to that vertical guide. And same with this temperature data tag will snap to a guide. You can right click on here and add a horizontal guide. So same thing, drag this around the stage and align items to it. You can align an item like a forecast icon. Here's one here, under the T for text is a little cloud and sun. This is a forecast icon. So we can drag this onto the stage, change the size of it, make it bigger by dragging the corner. I can make it snap to these boxes here, and if I save this just now, it's just going to have a static forecast icon there, but I want to give this a data tag and make this dynamic. So to do that, I right click on the icon and set data tag. It's got a number 1 in there, which is just a static number for the image. I'll delete that and right click in the area again and insert data tag. Now in your data tag chooser, gives you a bunch of options. So I know that if I scroll down to the very bottom here is the forecast icon section, and we want to select day 1 and weather icon, and I'll hit X in the corner here to close down that manager and save. So now if we go back to our web page and refresh this, you'll see that it's showing a dynamic icon. Currently it's windy. It scrolls through to that second screen that we put on there as well, and if we wait a little bit more, it will go back to slide number 1 again, showing that dynamic temperature and the dynamic forecast. So I'll just go back to the CMS again, and other things you can do, such as webcam manager here. If we click on this, it opens up webcams that you've got on the resort. So we can just drag, we've got a webcam here, URL, we can drag that onto the stage and put this anywhere we want. And if we hit save, we've got webcams there. So a whole lot of things that you can do to design your digital signage displays. They can all be dynamic, they can be static, you can create as many as you want, and you can turn on and off slides as you see fit, just by changing the selection here and hitting the save button, and then of course hitting save on the slide display itself. So that's a quick run through of how the application works. Good luck.